Hiya, who's new with you? It is September 6th, 2024. It's Friday, Cali Freedom Friday. Welcome to our Mankinder Proactivist Support Network. Strength in numbers, providing world-class media, music, movement marketing of joy, love, and freedom to exit and build our parallel economy, health, food, and communication systems. Kinder communities for mankind worldwide from California. Hiya, Azimuth, and Orit. Since Orit is making dinner and Azimuth is a-traveling, let's hear from Azimuth. What's been going on with you, brother? What's new with you?
Actually feeding the dog.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Then it's doggy dinner.
Yeah, doggy dinner.
I just got done with Lit Yoga Festival that I was recording on the show from last Friday. It was an amazing weekend, wonderful yoga sessions all day long, beautiful people out on the Washington Peninsula, and did a nice little surprise river float yesterday. And now we're off to a premiere of this cat Cody that I met on the way back from Utah months back. And it happens that he was one of the actors in the second feature film, the director that shot that. So they did a movie, and it's premiering over in Ellensburg tonight. So we're driving over there, and then we've got a lighting gig up at Leavenworth tomorrow. And yeah, just moving and grooving as usual. Things are good.
That did break up a little bit. Tell us about who that individual was again.
A new friend Cody that I met over in Ellensburg. He worked with this guy Josh Hodkins, who was the director on her second feature film, and he invited us over to come see the premiere of this new film they're putting up tonight. So yeah, we'll be doing that. On the road to go do the thing that I did in Hollywood so many years ago.
Wow. So how much of a distance is it?
What was that? How much what?
Are you traveling? Distance traveling this evening?
Yes. Yeah, we're heading. It's about 3-hour drive from Snohomish over to Yakima, actually. He's in Ellensburg, but the Majestic Theater is where we're heading to right now. It sounds so nice.
I imagine there's a lot of Majestic Theaters. So that's a darn good brand name.
Yep, it is a good brand name. Maybe they're all connected. Yes.
So it's in what town?
He's out of Ellensburg, which is about a half an hour from Yakima. Yakima's kind of the produce capital of Washington. Lots of apples that come out of Yakima and cherries.
Yakima. Got it. Yakima.
You got it. Yep.
I have seen that at some point. Got it. Okay. Wow.
Big, open, beautiful skies in this territory. Feels like
Ooh.
down east. It's gorgeous.
Nice. And for those that don't know, where Azimuth is a bit west of us here in San Diego and Orit in Los Angeles. So he has light longer than we do. So don't be too surprised. Although we're all on the West Coast, he is hanging out into the Pacific a little bit further. Throw that away. And Angela has popped in. Holy cow. Well, this week has been all about Angela. and she's had some travel challenges today. Had to deal with car problems. One of the neat things we'll talk about a little bit
Can you
is the
guys hear me?
astrology going on. Now I can, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, how you doing? Give us your
I'm
latest.
gonna be driving here again in a minute. I have broke down 3 times. And my van, once it cooled off, put a little gas in it, it wanted to start again. So I'm giving up. That is the universe saying, take your little derriere, go back home. I went and got some food. So I'm going to be driving here, and then heading back to Tonopah. So, you know, I found out I got a lot of amazing friends. They came and rescued me, put a couple of the things together. I have not made it to the posters yet, or the business cards. So, there you go. I got a gimbal set up right here, and I don't know, this lavalier. Oh, is it working? Could you hear the whatever? Okay, cool. So, progress.
The lavalier is working, and I had to
Is it-
turn your volume down because it is so loud.
Okay.
My guess is that you're going to want
I
to
can't hear
upgrade
them.
to a
That's all.
different brand.
I don't know. I can't hear you guys. It is kind of, I don't know if I can, I got my headphones plugged in here, but I can't hear you guys.
You may want to just skip the lavalier for now and just use your
I think so. It's okay.
headset or your regular microphone if you can.
If I get them. We're up.
Well, that is just delightful. I'll tell you. Let me know. At least give me a thumbs up if you're able to hear us. And I won't expect you to turn your camera horizontal, but it would be lovely if you could. Then we'd see more of a scope of where you're at. Right now, your head's way down in the bottom of the frame. We'd like to see more of you. But let let me know when or if you're able to hear me.
My guess is there is only so much you can do in a car, right? Positioning your cell phone, unless you have professional equipment.
Sure. But also, she's working with a new microphone, her wireless microphone system. And so the new technology sound challenges are happening. So I really kicked butt getting brand new graphics done for Angela, but not perfect. The ones that I sent her, well, all but one. The FreedomCells poster is not perfect because it needs to be redesigned. And I'm going to put Angela back in. All right, you're back in. Oh, and we're horizontal. You might have heard me.
I did.
I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something real quick here. Say again. Can you say that again?
I don't know if you can hear me or not because I switched settings because otherwise I can't hear you guys talking. So.
I hear you now.
Can you hear me okay?
I hear you now. Yes.
Okay, cool.
We're hearing each other?
It's been
Good deal.
It's an adventure. Now the band's just fine. It's running just fine. So, you know what? I don't know. I might go over here to the petroglyphs and go check them out. They've been calling me there for days. I found out I can drive my van there. I might as well go see what that's about.
Right,
you know,
right.
I need to do something. So, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm going with the universe saying, all right, cool. That's just the way it is. But I got a full belly now. I feel better. I had a nice, beautiful Greek salad and some grape leaves, stuffed grape leaves, and some wonderful hummus and some horchata. That's amazing. And my friend got some food. My other friend got some water. You know, we got all refreshed now. You know, the band's cooled off. It's running just fine. I don't know. So, you know, what else are you going to do? Enjoy this magnificent sun that's spraying me in the eye and go do something else. I've had some amazing hugs from the universe. I've done some tarot cards today, give people messages. They've been right on. I couldn't ask for anything better. Didn't make it to the complete destination, but, you know, wasn't the right time. It'll get there.
Yep. Well, just FYI, it's not you.
Okay.
For anyone that is not listening to Christopher Witecki's Namaste Today, Serious Joy, etc., astrology insights at 5 o'clock, 1 hour before we start, you should be. Because holy moly, he just, you know, again, he's been my favorite guide since 2007 when he was YouTube's first astrologer, and he always, for me, is spot on. And what he was saying today about what's been going on for the past week really knocks it out of the park. And he, you know, and you'd think, hey, he knows all this stuff. He's got it together. Oh no. He's been having all kinds of challenges, deadlines, and not being able to get stuff done, and technological challenges and delegation challenges, and just like the worst that he's had in, I forget how long he's basically implying, like 10 years or something like that. So this has been a rough week. So, dear listener, if you've been having a rough week, it wasn't you. It was in the stars. That's your excuse. Go for it. I didn't have time to shave. Angela and I barely got stuff ready, and it didn't happen anyway. So there. So it just doesn't matter. So we get to let it go. Let go and let God, and it's all good. And Angela, if you want to turn your microphone back on, it'd be lovely to hear your response.
You know, it's really, really amazing. It's really been an amazing day. You know, I got out of the house late. I actually had everything's running fine. But
Can you back that up again?
it's all good.
Start over. We lost a moment. Oh, I just looked up at the screen and she's talking to somebody.
Yeah, actually, I have somebody who's following me in case I break down. I have a friend of mine who's following me in case I break down. So I just let him know I'm stopping to tell you what's going on. All right?
I love it.
So through all, it's been quite an invigorating day. Really, honestly, it started out this morning with friends coming over and, you know, helping things with that. And other things progressing, and I went to the universe. I said, man, universe, thank you. I told my friend, I said, thank you very much for coming over. I didn't want to crawl underneath my van. And Guess how many times I've crawled underneath my van the rest of the day?
Right.
I think of 5 times now I've crawled underneath my van now. I've had to fix a line that came loose. I fixed the wiring. I put gas in it twice now. You know, so my hands have been all greasy today. I got dirt all over my back, and you know, and I had painted marks along my face that looked like, you know, and I'm still smiling and I'm still laughing and I'm having an enjoyable time. So you know, no matter what the universe throws at you, it's okay. Have fun with it. You know what I mean? We got to cool off. We're still hanging out and having fun.
Yeah.
Well, what else are you gonna do? You know, I got a friend that rests. It couldn't get any better, you know, and I'll make it down there. Guess what? We'll make it. It'll work. Another day, you know.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I gotta.
Okay.
So, you know, and there's nothing else. You know, I've done some. A lot of messages and everything else. So it's pretty cool.
So
I could, yeah. Yeah, I want. Oh shit.
yeah,
This thing's got it
Laura typed in a little bit ago. There's a great movie called The Majestic with Jim Carrey. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was picturing when you said the Majestic Theater. I was like, wait a minute, wasn't that a thing? That was it. The Jim Carrey movie. I'm going to leave Angela's mic live because it's so unpredictable. Maybe she'll say something good.
Yeah.
Although it's
majestic. It is majestic, man. I tell you what, my whole day's been majestic. It has been quite invigorating.
I love your attitude.
You know, it's the only way to be, honestly. I don't give a crapinelli what anybody says. If I had a negative attitude right now, my heart would be palpitated. I'd have sweat pouring off my head. People would be all grouchy with me, you know, instead of smiling at me and just being happy. So there's no reason for it. You know,
There you
simple
go.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, hey, look at it. Yay. Yay. So, you know, this thing is, man, the energy wave, there's something else today. Here, you want to say hi, Des?
Hi.
Say hi. Yeah, right there. Hi. This is my
Hi,
friend
Des.
How are you? How are you?
I'm doing great.
Okay,
How are you?
right on. What is your name?
Is that Michael?
Michael. Hi, Michael. I'm Desiree.
Desiree, that's what I figured. I was just going to ask.
Yep. 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 So where are you at right now? Phoenix?
I am in San Diego. And the gentleman who was on screen with us, Azimuth, is in Snohomish, Washington, although he's traveling about 3 hours from there. Traveling about 3 hours from Snohomish. I'm not certain in which direction. And Orit is in the northwest suburbs of Los Angeles.
Oh. Right on. I used to live in Los Angeles and in Oregon. It's been hot here today. Really hot.
Yeah, we're going to start driving here in a second to get the wind blowing.
Arizona does that.
It was 111 degrees today.
Yeah, it was 111 today.
Booyah.
Yeah, I've been there in San Diego.
Same here. 111 today.
Yeah.
90 degrees at 9 p.m. last night.
Wow.
90,
yeah.
It was still 90 degrees.
Yeah. Thank God for AC.
And I'm
not global warming.
And I'm wearing a suit.
Right. You really are.
You're in there
Sandy-
fishing, Michael. You'll be okay.
San Diego's range today is 69 to 84. That's it. Right now it's 76.
Wow.
Just been beautiful.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Weather is the most
Perfect.
perfect weather ever.
Hey, can you get to water? You can get to water? Yeah, with
Can
us?
I?
And we can park it somewhere?
I think it goes down.
No. My, there's water. There's a husky up the river here, and I'm like sweating. You know, I think some water would do both of us. Do us the good.
Well, yeah.
So I was thinking
Yeah.
about leaving and then riding my friend, and we can take you to the water with us. If, you know,
There
can
you
come
go.
see the husky up the river with us.
That would be lovely.
Yeah, by the time we get down, it'll probably be dark.
Are the pumps open? No. Okay.
Cause it's like it's all the way down to about a store, and then you're gonna switch, and we're gonna go switch to some open.
Oh, I can't go. I can't.
Yeah, I know. I can't take her on that ride.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, it's not like a bumpy ride. It's a long trail
Oh, not like that ride that we went on to talk about
ride.
it.
No, that's
Fuck.
I don't know. We'll figure something out.
We're on the road again,
Yeah.
It's the Mankinder
Hey,
Travel
look at
Show.
Is that rain?
right?
Yeah, this is a travel show. So I think that's actually rain over there. See
Oh,
that?
yeah. Can you see it?
I don't know. I mean, can you turn that so they can see that?
I don't know. Can you see? Okay, this way.
Yeah, I don't know. Because they're seeing on the back camera or the front camera.
No, seeing it.
I think they're seeing the front camera.
Oh.
If you go to the settings, we're going to be driving. We're going to turn our way in a minute. And if you go down here into settings, you'll be able to see. We're going to switch it to the back camera in a minute when we turn. Because it's actually raining. You'll see this crazy ass cloud over here. So go to more and camera or settings, yeah. And then go to camera and go to the back.
What?
It should down here switch. See where it says back up there?
Yeah.
And go to the rear camera.
Oops. Facing front, facing back.
Yeah. Yeah, and then okay, now it's picking up black. You might have to take the camera's right here by your finger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, is it picking up it now?
Yeah. All right.
Check this cloud out.
See that?
Can you guys see that cloud?
Can
Wow.
you see the cloud?
Wow, that's
where we're driving
pretty.
into right now.
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty? Isn't that beautiful? That's what we're driving into right now. That's exactly where we're going.
Okay, wait.
I'm trying to find the
There it is.
there's a setting
Yeah.
that'll enable me to
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
there it is.
Yeah, that's real beautiful.
See the dark clouds underneath it? Like that's where it rains.
Wow.
That's where it's
Beautiful.
raining right now. You might, if it gets too windy, you might have to mute us.
Turn back around. Like that.
You can if you want. You know how to kind of switch the camera.
Well, I'll probably go back to.
I don't think it's yes. Okay. You're gonna click on the side. Yeah. And it should come back to this camera right here. Oh, that's front. Back. Facing back. Facing front.
Right.
There you go.
Okay.
And then you go back right here. And then that little X, that one. That should be this. Okay, there you go.
All right, we're back.
That's a beautiful cloud, isn't it? Oh, these alfalfa fields smell amazing right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You guys hear us?
I don't know.
Do you hear us? Michael?
Uh,
Do you go up the seat and go back to?
yeah,
Oh,
gotta
you
go back
can hear us?
there.
Okay.
Okay.
We're not done.
Yeah. That's a beautiful cloud.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's a great new warehouse.
Oh, I had to have you drive. I have to stop. I'm gonna have to stop because my energy's kicking up too much right now. The pain's fine, but the energy's too much. Oh, hang on. Yeah. No. I'm gonna go. I gotta. No, it's not really me.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Just keep her away.
Yeah. Okay.
We will. Yeah. 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 We're just gonna stop right here for a minute, Des. Hang on. Oh, stay. Oh. I gotta stop. There's so much energy going through the universe right now that I gotta stop. I can't even. Wow. I'm gonna hang on.
Whee!
You want to talk about energy? Let me share some with you guys.
Go for it.
Say the word dragon three times. See what happens to your body.
Dragon,
I can't
dragon,
even say the
dragon.
word without the energy coming into your body. For goodness gracious.
Everybody's different.
Oh. Okay. It's unique, isn't it? Welcome to my world. Quite unique. Yeah. Thank goodness for alfalfa fields. They're amazing right now. They smell so good. Oh my goodness. I don't know how to fix this to get my head up there, so hang on a minute. Let me see if I can. Okay. There's so much energy going on. I won't even set up. That's good. Okay. There we go. Okay. Hey. I don't know if that's going to work, but that's as best as I can get it right now. Okay. Thanks, guys. I don't mind of its own, Des. It keeps moving on. You know. Something real. Going.
Well, it's a good thing that today is a low pressure casual day.
You can say that again.
The casual day for me, all right.
What we were expecting to do today is view the First Friday's event in Phoenix, Arizona with Angela. We prepared marketing materials for a booth that would have represented Mankinder, Save Our Skies, and the FreedomCells, but that didn't quite come together. And that's okay, because a month from now, it'll be very together. So we'll make a better first impression. Right now, we're
Better be.
still scrambling to get our ducks together, let alone in a row. So, Angela, I'm going to mute your microphone until we see something that looks like you've got something organized you want to share with us. And I'll be curious to understand the mapping of where she's been today, because I don't have a grasp of the arc of her journeys.
Yeah, everything is very choppy there with her voice, the sound, the pictures, everything. So maybe we should wait until she gets some of her. Yeah.
It looks as though she's thinking she's on, so I'll unmute. I had you muted in case you didn't know. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I could hear you before. I was just breathing right now. I was just standing here breathing next to the alfalfa field.
All right.
I'm sure these power transmitters are affecting me right now a little bit too, but it's it's okay. I'm just breathing. I'm so I can move on to the next little section here.
Hey, Carol Sue made it on. Carol Sue's also having technological challenges. So she might be with us. We'll see. She usually has pretty solid connectivity, but she did send me a Facebook Messenger message requesting a link to join us. So I sent it on to her. There she is. I'm seeing you now.
There we go.
How are you?
See. Oh, whoops! I didn't realize I wasn't muted. Hi, everybody. I'm here.
Hiya.
That was
What's
tough to
happening?
do, but I made it.
All right.
I've been working on it since just before the hour.
Wow.
Huh?
So technology has been challenging and stuff in general this past week. So if you're feeling challenges in getting things done, you're not alone. That's what we've been talking about today. My favorite astrological guide, well, my favorite guide in general since 2007, Christopher Witecki, Namaste Today, aka Sirius Joy, spelled like Sirius the dog star. He was YouTube's first astrologer. YouTube's first astrologer since 2007, and I've been following him since then. And I watch him every Friday at 5 o'clock, just before this, and he was saying he was really thrown off this week, but this coming week is going to be very productive, and in particular Tuesday. This is a huge time of dramatic change and improvement in particular. So All these challenges are worth going through, because on the other side, stuff supposedly becomes really easy. We are stepping into efficacy and ease. So I highly recommend you listen to what he said, because I cannot repeat it accurately. And just wow, big wow.
Joanna, your device shows is not connected, so we cannot add you to the screen. I'm not sure what's happening there.
Joanna probably knows that, but yes, we can't add you, but we're happy to have you in the backstage. And if you'd like to type into the private chat, we will see what you're saying. Oh, there she is.
There you are.
Now she's coming on. Hiya.
Hey,
How are you,
Hi.
Joanna?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Great. We've been talking about challenges over the past week and how we're going through big transitions. What's been going on with you? Have you been having challenges getting stuff done and technology or anything?
Not so much. I actually feel like we're hitting a point of like things. I guess maybe last weekend, early of the week, yes, that was true. But now we're, things are moving along really fast, and yeah, like we're getting some contractors in to do some work around here, and like things are lining up, boom, boom, boom. So that's really awesome. Me and Jake are like communicating a lot better, and feeling like, yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I'm having some other connections come through too, of people reaching out, wanting to collaborate, and get some income flow.
Well, that's great.
That's
yeah,
great.
so you're on it. You're in tune with it.
Yeah, some astrologers.
That is what should be happening.
Some astrologers talk about the fact that some people are ahead of the events, the solar events. They kind of feel it before it happens.
Yeah, I tend to be like that. Yeah, it's me a little early. Yeah. Yeah. Which event are y'all discussing though, specifically? There's an eclipse coming up, isn't there? Is that what y'all are talking about?
Yeah, eclipse season is coming.
Well, we just came through Mercury retrograde. I've been tracking that and the new moon, and I pretty much hit a halt point, or not a total halt point, but like the hangman reverse type vibes of things feeling more challenging and not knowing which way's up type thing. That happened on like the Lionsgate portal with 8/8. So I've been kind of like in the Merc era. But like for me, it's very mild, I think, like compared to how it can be. Yeah,
that's good.
I lean in. Yeah, I take the cues early on so that they don't have to get really loud and big and awful. To the best of my abilities, anyway.
Yeah, that's what happens if you don't listen. You get smacked. So obviously,
yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah. There she's again. Oh, you got her. All righty.
Carol Sue's back.
Nice.
So Sarah Carol Sue, if you want to share with us anything that's been going on with you, feel free if you're able. You're muted at the moment.
Wi-Fi connection is really poor.
Does she sound as bad to you all as she does to me?
Yeah, she's gone pretty much. No voice, no
I
sound,
don't hear
no,
anything.
We
no audio.
can't hear you.
So I'm just looking at it. The full moon is on the 17th, and it's an eclipse. It's a full moon
Okay.
eclipse.
Whoa, yeah. Could be a big one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just starting the eclipse season, so it's gonna be wild.
Mm. And the equinox, right? Is that the equinox as well?
Equinox, I think this year is on the 22nd.
Oh, I thought it was the 17th. I don't know.
No, I think it's the 22nd this year. Let's see
Okay.
if this map shows it. But I'm celebrating on the 21st because it's my birthday. So
Cool. Good
Yeah.
idea.
hmm
Hmm.
yeah, I don't.
What have you been up to, Michael?
September 21st, huh? All right.
Yeah,
I'm terrible. I'm terrible at following people's birthdays,
Same.
but that would be a nice goal for me to get up to Los Angeles. September 21st. Let's see if we can make that happen.
We're going to over on a hike that day.
Well, yeah, around that time.
Yeah,
Where are you hiking?
the Los Padres, my mountain is there, my benefactor mountain. So that's Reyes Peak on Pine Mountain. Yeah, so hopefully we'll make it to the summit this time. I've only made it to the summit once, and I was in a much better shape. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Benefactor Mountain. Can you expand on that? What do you mean by that?
The Peruvian tradition, like many other traditions, believe that when we die, our body goes back to the earth, our soul joins spirit, and our wisdom goes to the mountains. So they always look up to the mountains as the place to source wisdom from. And they see signs on mountains, they speak to the mountains. So they believe that we all have benefactor mountains that support our work, but especially one mountain close to where we are that is a benefactor. And you basically discover which mountain it is after you go and offer ceremony to the mountain. So I remember it very vividly. And I think it was 2015 when we hiked that mountain and did a ceremony there. And on the way down, it was July. On the way down, it started raining in July, Southern California. And Tomas was obviously with us still. So Tomas and I look at each other and said, yeah, I know. Yeah. And he said, I think this is my benefactor mountain. And I said, yeah, I don't know. But that night, the mountain came to me in my dream and spoke to me. So, yeah.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah. So I try to go at least once a year. It hasn't been happening in the last 4 years. Also, the road to the trailhead was washed away 2 years ago, and it took them 2 years to open part of it. So we'll see. But yeah, so I haven't been in 4 years. It's high time.
Wow.
To go back and show my respect.
You're going on your birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens to be Saturday, and my the guy who was my right hand for the last 10 years with the workshops is available to join me that day. He's also the one who's going to get my mesa after I pass, and he's responsible to bring the stones back, to give the stones back to the earth, and that's where I want him to do it. So I need to show him.
Sounds really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. I want to go to Mount Shasta really bad.
Oh, yeah. I've been a couple times. Yeah. Have you ever been before?
No.
No? Okay. Prepare yourself because she's a powerful healer.
Yeah.
powerful healer. It's as soon, when you drive to her and you take that turn and there she is in front of you, watch what happens. The first
Yeah.
time we went, Tomas and I, we were doubled over with pain because she started working
Wow.
right away. She started
Yeah.
healing work right away. We had to stop. I was driving. We had to stop and get off the car
Wow.
and just rest. Yeah. She's powerful,
Yeah.
powerful, powerful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been thinking about Mount Shasta for a while. I need to get over there.
Yeah. It's a great place. Great, great place. I would be happy to go back at some point. Last time I was there was 3 years ago when I picked up my dog because he was born there.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's special.
Yeah. Well, it was special, except he was car sick all the way home. So he still
Yeah.
hates the car.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
What kind of dog? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's quite intriguing that you are expressing that Mount Shasta can be debilitating or enervating, not only to yourself but to your puppy. Chris Witecki was also raving about Mount Shasta, but saying similar things, that it wiped him out being there.
Yeah. Because she starts the healing work right away as soon as you see her. So debilitating, I wouldn't call it debilitating. We were worked on and we felt it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Just so you understand, when we went there the first time, our relationship was kind of rocky. We were there for 3 days. When we left there, we were bond forever. There was
Oh, yeah.
no question about our relationship. Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. Really interesting. Yeah, because I've been thinking me and Jake need to go.
Yep.
That's when we first, that's when it first came in my preview. We were watching something, maybe on Gaia, I don't know, about Mount Shasta. We both were, ooh, we need to go. It's like probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, I think she's considered the root chakra of the world, right? Something like that.
Oh, maybe. Well, there's also stories about it being also a portal into like the Middle Earth, or there's like higher vibrational beings that live in the mountain, like within the mountain.
Yes.
And also like a Bigfoot and extraterrestrial hotspot.
Yeah.
Yeah. High energy for sure.
Very, very high energy and gorgeous too. The trails there and the little lakes and lagoons, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Looking at the chakras of the world. Let's see. Root chakra, Mount Shasta. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Second chakra, Lake Titicaca.
Ah, that's another place I want to go.
Oh, we were there in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So powerful. Yeah, but don't
You
do
said that was
if you go not with us, if you go with someone else, don't do the touristic thing. The real islands, it's a tourist trap. They don't really live there anymore. There is no one living there anymore. They come in the morning, grab your money with all kind of stuff, and then they leave in the evening. So yeah.
Yeah. And you said that was sacral chakra?
That's a sacral chakra, yes.
Makes sense.
Yeah. In their mythology, this is where the first two humans came out from.
Okay.
Yeah.
In this lake, yeah.
Angela, we are seeing you again. Do you have anything you want to share with us on your wild and woolly journey?
How about some weird energy? I was just got in the passenger seat to get in here, and I knocked the cord out of the window. I watched it fly out of the window, and for some reason, I don't know where it is now. It has disappeared on me. So I'm gonna just leave it. I don't know where it went. I don't know. So we're gonna continue on our venture, on our travels here. I'm not driving right now. Too much energy is coming through me, and it's not safe for me to drive right now. So my friend's driving, which it's much better. So we're driving into this crazy looking cloud. I don't know if it's rain. It looked like it was raining earlier. It smells like rain. It smells like water right now. So I'll turn the camera on if you guys want to see it. It looks really cool. You might want to mute me, but we can't put the windows up in the van. It's hot. I don't have air conditioning, so. Oh. Okay. There we go.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You see the cloud we're going into there?
Yeah.
It's really kind of amazing. I don't know. It's almost exactly where the nuclear power plant is. That's exactly what the cliffs are. The pictures that Amy posted the other day on our messenger, when we had our messenger chat, those pictures Amy shared, that's the exact same spot where those pictures came from. So I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can zoom in. Maybe I can. Wait, sorry. There we go. Definitely a lot of energy going on. It's good energy, don't get me wrong, but I hope I do.
Unfortunately, Streamyard does not allow camera zooming. That's a beauty, all right. Something's going on. Well, it would be lovely to hear Sarah Carol Sue if she were able. There's been so much going on with Earthstock, and there will be lots of additional transition and information happening on Tuesday. There's a call-in meeting. I'll definitely be participating in that one.
Are you going to participate?
Oh, I'll be on that call. You betcha. I wouldn't miss that for the world.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Who is organizing that call?
Michael DiMartino, of course.
Okay. All right.
The head of Earthstock. And on the last call, I offered some suggestions. We'll see if they take me up on it. It's a great opportunity for honesty and integrity to shine forth and people to do the right things.
So what is Earthstock?
Oh my goodness.
You're late to the movie, Joanna.
I know. I'm sorry. You don't have to.
It's okay. No, that's okay. It'll be
Earthstock endeavored to be a gathering of positively ecologically motivated world leaders, largely native culture folks. It had aspirations of reaching tens of thousands of people worldwide. The home base was in Crestone, Colorado, and it was about a week long. I forget if it was a week or 10 days. There were a lot of events. We had some friends participate. I was invited to participate, but there wasn't budget for me to get to Crestone, Colorado and work on that project, so there was no way I could do it gratis.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, as it was Carol Sue, whom I knew about 3 years ago, just about exactly 3 years ago was when I was introduced to Sarah Carol Sue by Steve Farmer. And so I was in touch with her back then, but really we didn't keep in touch actively. We weren't quite on the same page. So I was surprised when this came up, and I was honored and flattered. And I was like, wow, okay, she's really a lot more knowledgeable, well-connected, and experienced than I had realized.
Wow.
And so I was very enthusiastic about it, and then disappointed that it wasn't a match. So I've gotten to know a good bunch of people through it, and I'm still sorting through which of them are aligned with what we're all about.
Yeah.
One of the main things is that I've been studying, what I call the war against mankind very actively for a long time. I would say casually for decades, but full-time since fall 2018. So that's 6 years, or 7 years if you go back to 2017, which was my big, the call came in fall of 2017 with California fires.
Yeah.
And so that was 3 months of research right there. So fall of 2017, I had to quickly, in 3 months, figure it all out. What's really going on? And so I've had a grasp of what's going on since then. Now, some people have understood all the what's going on for decades, maybe 40, 50 years. Sure. So in that sense, I'm late to the table. But a lot of Earthstock's, why are we still in this view? A lot of Earthstock's communications have been happening through an online venture called The Conversation, theconversation.cc. And when I first went on that call, I was impressed by what a lot of the folks were saying. But then there was something that was mentioned right at the end that threw me for a loop. I was like, what? Huh? And so then I dug into the website and realized what many of us have been seeing for many years. A lot of people are saying the same general conceptual things. They want to help heal the world.
Mhm.
right? They want to do the right thing. They want to help heal all manner of problems in the world, from health issues to financial issues to homelessness to, pretty much everybody says that's what they want to do, you know. But if you dig in and you figure out, well, how do you want to do that? We quite often find that people have completely divergent strategies. And you
Yeah.
go, well, that won't
Right,
work.
right. So, yeah.
That's what's
Yeah.
happening now. That's going to make things worse.
Yeah, well, sometimes
Hiya,
the medicine
Steve.
can be to like be the voice of reason sometimes, and just kind of like say our piece and then go on our merry
Right,
way. Yeah.
right. That's why I'm not arguing. I'm just listening and then going,
Mm.
well, that doesn't fit at all. So I just ask a few questions and go, well, if that's what you're into, then I gotta go. I'll get, or you just say, I'll get back to you. Or, well, that we seem to have a schedule conflict.
Yeah.
So I had a long talk with the guy who pretty much runs the conversation, and it seems like it's one or two, maybe three guys that run it, and he is absolutely entrenched. And I don't know to what extent that matters, because it's just one platform where they communicate, and it'll be really interesting if I bring our experts on geoengineering and have a conversation with these folks whose perspective is completely opposite to what we're committed to. And it'd be interesting to see
Well, I
where
mean,
that conversation goes.
yeah, I think bringing the truth to people, also understanding there's versions of truth, and one doesn't necessarily negate the other, but I think when we share from a open-hearted place of, we're all here to help each other. We're all here. We all have our own ideas, but it's it's not a great thing to be like totally sold on an idea to the point where you can't still take input. So
Absolutely.
I think,
Absolutely. In this case, when it's about, well, what do you mean by climate change exactly? And what do you think is
right,
causing it?
it's a loaded word.
And then, and you find out that some folks want to do stuff that, as far as we can tell, has already been active and has been making things worse, and they want to do more of it. Yeah, we're not into that.
Yeah.
And the gender wars, just to be really glib and general about it, the gender wars topics are more of the same. I'll go out on a limb and because we're not too terribly public, maybe this is a silly analogy, but what's being done and suggested as far as how we address gender. Steve, I'm going to mute your microphone until you get it a little more stable. But right now, what's being the active strategies right now for how to deal with the gender dysmorphia, or whatever we want to call that is certainly being popularized. We don't know if it's really ubiquitous, but it's certainly a hot topic, right?
Yep.
We're talking about drag queen story hour. We're talking about surgeries. talking about clothing choices, hair choices, diet choices, all access to private spaces, all kinds of stuff. Access to sports, it's all over the place. Seems to be a big deal. And for some of us, the strategies that are being used to deal with that seem to be, again, making it worse. It's almost like if someone, and I'm going to riff on this and see if this metaphor makes any sense to anybody. It's almost as though if someone is, and I know a guy like this who talks about his sex addiction and uses that as an explanation for why he needs a lot of that. And I would make a parallel to alcoholism and say, well, if someone's an alcoholic, you don't just say, well, then I guess you need to have a lot of alcohol. So I'm looking at these gender issues and saying, are we just pouring gasoline on the fire rather than addressing the root issue? Like, why is this happening? Because if we actually address that, it's gonna disappoint some people that are making a lot of money off of it. What do you think?
Well, what I was going to say, I mean, I hear you on that point. And as you were talking, I feel like it's like looking big picture at societal changes. I see it as the pendulum swing of freedom of expression. Now that finally, we've come, kind of, we're still evolving out of the dark ages pretty much, where people have been controlled and we can only do certain things. And now that liberation and freedom is becoming like a global thing. And what does that mean? Is it sexual freedom? Is it gender freedom? Is it freedom of speech? Is it freedom of action? Like, I think it's just popping off on all kinds of different things. And then communities that have been suppressed are going, that's where the pendulum swing, they're going overboard. And then I do still see divisiveness being played out with this, and distraction, that those of us, the people who don't feel that it's morally and ethically correct to do these things are being pitted against those that are now expressing this, and yada 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 yada. But ultimately it's the pendulum swing, and I have faith and confidence in humanity to self-correct, because that's, to me, it's the nature of the universe to balance. So when things go overboard, that to me is just a symptom of how deeply it's been suppressed to a damaging level, and so then it comes out to a damaging level type thing.
I agree with you. However, my opinion is, do whatever you want in your own privacy. First and foremost, leave our children alone. That's the most important thing, in my opinion. And then everything else, as long as you're not hurting someone else, just do whatever. You're free to do whatever. But keep it private. Am I the heterosexual having sex out on the street or out in a festival? Or no? So why do you? Just keep it private. What's private? It's not that I'm a Puritan. It's not that I'm a Victorian, but there are things that should not be public. Just do what you want in your own privacy, and keep it out of schools, keep it out of stages, keep it out away from our children. Let our children be children. Out in nature, barefoot, digging in the dirt, not thinking about sex, not thinking about gender. Just be children.
Yeah.
The pendulum can
I do
swing
feel like,
at once, but
and I think that when you're saying that, it also makes me feel like, or the, like maybe this is bringing us a more awareness to what are our children exposed to in the schools that we don't approve of, and what are some things that are kind of running under the currents that maybe aren't for our children's greatest good. The whole unschooling kind of like movement of mothers taking the schooling of their children to their own, like they don't want someone else who they don't trust
Yeah.
having such access to their children in those impressionable ages, especially. So again, I'm always like seeing the pros and cons to everything,
Yeah, I'm totally for unschooling because school does nothing but indoctrinate. Because
Yeah.
it's captured. It's captured like everything else in our world, in the Western world.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
captured. As soon as we get free out of that capturing powers, then we can create a healthy society, a kinder society, a mankinder society.
Yeah, we've got people speaking against the use of the word school at all.
Right. Yep. Yeah, it's learning, it's not schooling. It's not homeschooling, it's home learning.
Part of the concern from the perspective of leave the children alone is that the issue isn't just about interacting directly with children in terms of what they're being taught, what they're being promoted to be enthusiastic about,
Right.
Yeah.
But
they're impressionable.
The indirect actions that are resulting in their biological and psychological changes without their awareness. So when Alex Jones was ranting about they're making the frogs gay, he was ahead of the curve, and they used that in the way that it was communicated to be divisive. But he was right about atrazine, and there's so many hormones that are once they're in the biosphere by injection, then they're in the biosphere by effluence and the water system, and it's just ubiquitous.
Yeah, it's also
everywhere.
in the meals that they serve children at school.
Right.
In the drinks that are available for children at school.
Right.
In the dishes
Right.
that they serve the meals to children at school. Everything is bad. Everything.
Right. Right. Yeah, you're right. It's not just medications.
Yeah.
So it's so nefarious. It's such an obvious, to us, it's such an obvious attempt to destroy the species. Or frankly, from my perspective, destroy all species, all carbon-based life.
Yeah.
And again, we got the conversation.cc talking about carbon mitigation. And I'm like, that would be us. You know?
Carbon is life. Life is created from carbon. Our cells are carbon. It's like, hello.
We got a couple of reactions. I gotta write the second one. Let's see if it comes out automatically. But the first one is, you sound vaccinated. No, there's that one. But then the other one would be, you speak with maybe it's methinks thou dost speak with silicon tongue.
Silicon tongue.
Something like that.
Clever.
Yeah, we need a hit tune. We need a song about the war between silicon and carbon.
I don't know.
Silicon based
Maybe at some point
demons.
we're gonna all turn silicon or crystalline or whatever. I don't know.
Maybe we are. That's the weird thing is that how do I know that I'm not just an avatar projection?
Yeah, yeah, and I love that clip that you shared today with the woman with the spine, the reptile spines glued to her back. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah, where are we living? Who are these people? One of my friends posted a picture of a guy in his car by himself with a mask, but a mask that goes all the way from here to here. Like, people were joking. Did he take a curtain from his mother's house? Or, it's like, yeah, ridiculous people.
Yeah, oh, there's all kinds for sure.
Yeah.
Characters.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of that going on.
Yeah. Stevie, you look very sleepy. What's going on?
I am sleepy. I was working all day. I've been working long, but yeah, it's like the bottom fell out about 8:45 before y'all started, and I just crashed for a while.
Interesting.
So,
I actually had that
bye.
yesterday. Yeah, I could hardly function yesterday. It was so weird. Yeah.
I mean, I've been working
I'm
hard
really
all
tired
week.
too.
Every minute's filled up with work. I'm on my own stuff, and I just oh yeah, things are coming together really beautifully here. But I'm not in a whole big show and tell mode because okay. Hold on, let me see.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, no big deal. Wait a second.
Yeah. All right, Michael. What are the plans? Do we have any?
Well, I'm going to show you a little something in a moment. Looks like we've got Angela coming back in. Maybe she'll have a little more to tell us.
Yeah, update.
I'm almost ready to show you the graphics that she and I have been working on this week. I'm adding one more to the folder, and then I'll open up the folder for you. It's been a scramble. Angela, what's going on, girl? Are you present to say hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
We do.
Yep.
Good. We made it back to my friend's house. This is where we are for the moment. Is at my friend's house. We just barely got here, and I had to do an energy purge and throw up.
Can you give us a horizontal so we can see more of your location?
I can try. I got you on the gimbal right now. I think Asma told me to push this button twice, and it should switch it. Oh, let's put that.
Hey, like there it is. And that's a note for Joanna also. We like the horizontal. Beautiful. Now I see.
So there you go.
Now we see.
Yeah. The dogs are, having a moment. They're okay. They'll calm down. Yeah, so we're at my friend's house. And, we made it safe here. Van did just fine, drove just fine. Started, drove, stopped, started, drove. I watched a wire for my lavalier go out the window, and my friend stopped in instantaneously, and I get out of the van to go find it, and it's gone. I don't know. I don't know where it went. It shouldn't have disappeared that quick. We weren't even away from the gravel. I tracked it. I was like, look,
So, Angela, Angela, I've got a question for you. Your travels took you. You were on your way to Phoenix. The Staples was in which town again?
Goodyear.
Goodyear. And where did you actually get to today?
Buckeye.
Buckeye. You got to Buckeye. Okay, I'm making a map because I'm trying to figure out where you were today. So
okay, so I left my house today about I don't know 10 to 2. About it's right around in there, and then I came over to my friend's house, and I picked up my friend, got everything ready in the van, and the van wouldn't start. So we figured it was maybe out of gas. So we went and got some gas, and I fixed a little. It's the overflow. It has to do with the vapor line of the van, and it came off. So I fixed that, and we put gas in it, and it started right up. So we got in it, and we drove it to town. I stopped at my local tobacco store to get my incense and my tobacco, and okay, cool. And I come out, and it won't start again. And I thought, okay, cool. So I pushed the van a little bit, so it wasn't, because it was right in the way. So I pushed the van away. Thank goodness it's, I have helpers. Thank God for helpers. I'm strong, but I'm not that strong. Thank goodness for helpers. So we pushed the van away, and so we let it sit there. And I went, okay, well, I crawl underneath the van again, and I beat on the gas tank, and I said, man, that gas tank sounds really empty. Maybe it's just out of gas again. So I hoofed it to the Dollar General store, bought me a gas can, got me a drink, and some baby wipes, so I got stuff all over me. And went to the gas station, hoofed it over to the gas station, bought some gas, came back, gave my friend a nice cold drink, put the gas in the car. It started right up. And I went, okay. And then we got a little bit down the road, and it died again. And I thought, okay, well, sucker, I guess we're broke down here. I guess we need some help, So we let it sit there and let it sit there and let it sit there. And I went, okay. I said, I'm really hungry. I want to go to this little place over here. If this band starts again, we're going to go there, and our friend can meet us there. You know what I mean? So we sat there for a little while, cooled off, got the hood open, somebody drive around us, a couple other things, and bam, started up. So we went to the restaurant right there. It's a 24-hour steakhouse. They have a great vegetarian plate. It's beautiful. We got hummus and beautiful Greek salad with homemade dressing and pita bread. And I hadn't eaten anything all day. My friend hadn't eaten anything all day either, so we both needed something to eat. So we went there, started the van up after we got done eating and everything else. Started the van up, and I don't know. She's been driving fine ever since. Ever since I told her we're going home. So, So Buckeye is about, if you were to drive and just no breakdowns, Buckeye is 2 minutes, about 40 minutes from my house. And I left at 2 o'clock, and it's 7:30 now, so 5.5 hours to do, about 36 miles, 70 or whatever, 36 plus 36 is 72 miles. So I don't know. There you go, Michael. I can give you exact streets too, because I came down Salome Highway. Yeah.
So you didn't make it to First Friday?
No, she didn't make it to Phoenix.
No.
You didn't even make it to Goodyear. No. You only got as far as Buckeye. Is that right?
That's right.
No. You got to Buckeye.
Yeah. No, you're right.
You got to Buckeye, but not even to Goodyear, and then you came back to Tonopah. Right?
Yep, you got it.
Got it. Okay. So you don't even have your business cards yet.
I don't.
What a bummer.
No. I know it is kind of a bummer, but at the same time, I'm very thankful. I mean, it could be a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other things, you know what I mean? But it's not. So, you know, it's a bummer because I really wanted to go down there. However, at the same time, there must be a reason why I wasn't supposed to go down there right now.
Yeah.
Totally.
And you think,
That's the way I look
it's
at it. There's a reason I wasn't supposed to be there right now.
right. And you think it's when do you think your vehicle will be safe enough to get to Goodyear?
I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't had this issue with it. This is new. This is something different. You know what I mean?
Okay.
This is I don't know what this is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm thinking about calling up Goodyear and having it shipped to the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could for sure.
They could probably do that. Yeah, and that way I could have them. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have to count on, you know what I mean? Because I don't know. I gotta check it out and see what happens here.
Right. So I would recommend let's not rush that because at this point we don't have our next event yet, and I want to do a few more designs actually, and really have a full set.
Well, there you go. Alrighty then. That sounds like a good idea to me. We might be a little more prepared for the next one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have time to actually get a hold of somebody and actually talk to somebody and maybe get a few things set up, and you know it'll be a little bit cooler in October too. Right now it was 111 degrees. So, you know, I can understand when the band said, "No, thank you, I'm not driving to that heat right now. No, I'm breaking down. We're not going. No, not today." I get it. You know, I really get it. I know it might seem strange to some people, but I know that vehicles, you know, motors, different things, everything carries energy, and it does have its own light source. And sometimes that light source says, you know what, I'm not doing this today, but this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to break down for a little bit so you make up your mind that you're not supposed to be here. And I went, oh, okay. Well, I thank you for being kind and having a sense of humor. Yes, I'm paying attention. Thank you very much. Oh, I said this morning I didn't want to go underneath the van. So today you're like, oh, I'm going to have this happen for you. Well, you're going to have underneath the van. Then you watch this. Okay. And that's okay. That's part of the process of doing things and of working with everything that surrounds us and everything that we work every day. You know, I type van, thank you every day. You know, thank you, girl. You know, this and that. I'm like, how are you going to run today, girl? And she kind of chugged on the way here. And I went, oh, no, you'll level out. And she's like, no, I'm not leveling out. It's too hot for me to go out there today. Okay, no. That's the way I look at it. Because I can almost guarantee this van will drive just fine for me to go to work and come home and go to, you know. So, to me, that's amazing. I might have a completely different perception than most people, but that's how I work. You know, and that's me. So,
right on. So here, for anyone who hasn't been keeping up with this journey, here's what we've been working on since last weekend. After we had our call with Renette last Friday, we had our call on Sunday, and Angela was so enthused that she told us, you know what? There's First Fridays coming up next Friday. I'd like to set up a booth. I was like, wow. Wait, what? Now that's a monthly event, not weekly, right?
Right, it's a monthly event.
It's the first Friday of every month. Yeah, it's not the first Friday of every week.
Right.
So, Asmith volunteered a great idea. He said he had a friend local to him in Snohomish who prints big banner printing, and he could they could knock out a banner print, could kind of slide it in on Azimuth's ranch budget, and he could send it to us. So I started trying to make that happen, but the communication was taking a long time. I wasn't getting responses. I wasn't getting confirmation of the size, because I need to know the specifications, the height, the width, the dots per inch. Needed to be sure that it was going to get there on time, because we're talking, we only started planning it on Sunday, so I had to start designing it on Monday. I had it done on Tuesday. We were running out of time there, and I had no confirmation. Azimuth didn't really get back to me until yesterday, and at that point, I was like, this can't happen. Come on. He's going to print it today, and you're going to ship it overnight? Come on. So in the meantime, I figured out, well, we could get it done by Staples. It'd be an $88.50 job, but it would take 5 days. But this is what it would look like. So on screen, you're seeing what it would have looked like. And this would be 6 feet wide, about 24 to 27 inches tall. This is designed for 27 inches tall. So this would be the table skirt, the front side of the table. So this would really be visible. And I think a pretty dramatic presentation. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I like it. It's simple, but it has the good info on it.
Yeah, I like
Cool.
this one.
So promoting Save Our Skies and FreedomCells and our basic foundational underline at the bottom, jab-free, mask-free, tax-free. And we went back and forth about the tax-free topic in terms of what you're about to see next. So we made this one, and this is designed to be a vertical table presentation, an easel. And so we simplified the message. Are you mankinder? Are you intentionally kinder? Not just accidentally. Are you serving mankind? That's a complex topic, right? Mask-free, jab-free, tax-free. And tax-free, I was going to kind of qualify it, but Harit and everybody help me with these to really just keep it simple. So tax-free may be a question. You may be curious about how that works, and we can help you figure that one out. So then I designed this one. So if you are Mankinder, what does Mankinder offer you? Strength in numbers. The Mankinder Network builds and supports interdependent communities and ventures by empowering resourceful, strong souls to thrive while balancing both independence and service with responsibility and accountability. Win-win strategies reduce conflict, increasing harmony and efficacy. We are committed to raising the frequency of our health, freedom, success movement, that's my own term for it, by co-creating inspiring world-class media, music, movement, marketing. And I decided to use a couple of quotes that I've been hanging on to for a while. One from Catherine Austin Fitts, where she says, the currency of the future, and she's a currency expert. She's a money expert. So I love this. The currency of the future is building relationships of trust. So when we talk about a trust, what do you mean by that exactly? It has to start with trust. And then from Dr. Mark Hyman, founder of Functional Medicine, I love this one. Did you know that a lack of community and strong social connections can have a disastrous outcome on your health. When surrounded by people that see us, elevate us, and support us, we feel like anything is possible. So reach out to a friend whom you love to spend time with, to chat or hang out. I love that, and I wish more people would do that. So punchline, kinder communities for mankind, networking and collaborating for mutual thriving, strategies to strengthen mankind, media production and business development, reclaiming the joy and music of life. It's a little wordy. That's a pretty busy sheet, but sometimes people will come up to something like that, take a picture of it, read it later, or maybe something jumps out at them.
Yeah.
And we need to have more of these, which is why I'm saying, Angela, don't rush over there and pick up yet, because I'll send them a few more documents. I got some things in mind, and you gave me a refinement on one of the things, because one of the items should be kindness is love in action. I was so glad that just kind of came to me, and I looked it up, and sure enough,
yes,
it was out there.
Yeah,
it's out there in the blogosphere.
Yeah, we need that.
Yeah, so that's one of them.
Yeah.
And that's
kindness is love in action. Yeah, we need that.
Everybody talks about love your enemy, love your neighbor. Yeah, from a distance. Yeah, I love him, but I don't want to talk to him. I don't want anything to do with him. I love that guy. No, really, I do. I'm being very Christ-like. Are you?
Yeah. I am. Trust me. Speaking of that, Reese watched it. There is a section in one of the podcasts that I sent, Know Thyself. I actually wrote it down in my notebook once. I sent it to you guys twice with the exact numbers, where they talk about being nice. I'll look that up, and then I think just has a great way of explaining on kindness. It's kindness is love in action. That's right. What are you actually going to do with everybody talks? Hey, go to this trash in my backyard. Well, go pick it up. You got all this trash that you're seeing on the sidewalk on your way into the gas station with 2 empty hands. Pick up a couple pieces of trash on your way in. Mother Earth's going to appreciate it. You get, it's simple little things. That's love in action to me. You know what I mean? That's a simple thing. So
yeah, or the
I
beauty
do it all the time. It doesn't matter where I am. Yeah.
Is there a website link on
I'm
any of
going to
these
take you guys on a walk
documents?
for me.
Sorry, Joanna, what
wanted to
did
have.
you ask?
Is there a website or any kind of networking contact link on these documents that you're having printed, or is that not something you want to do?
Well, if you look closely, every one of these documents has a website for every organization that we're sharing.
Mankinder.net. I didn't, it was right in front of me. .net. All right.
I keep it subtle, but I always put it there because I don't want anybody to have to go try to figure it out. To me, I don't. Granted, we know that Tesla and Ford and Apple and Google, they all had the big budget, and they went ahead and bought the .com because it could have been $20 gazillion, and they'd buy the .com from wherever it grabbed it. But for a lot of organizations, they're using a .org or we're using a .net. So I always put it on there. In fact, I'll go back to this just in case you missed it, just for fun. Look closely now. I added the .org to each of those. So Save Our Skies, that's their font. So I figured out what font it was. I have a way of searching fonts. Replicated the font and then added the .org. That's why it's hanging out on the edge. And so I used the same font to create where it says Freedom Cells. and put the .org on there too. So
Yeah.
all three of them are on there.
Cool.
All right, so here is Angela's new business card. For the first time, I decided, let's go for the personal connection approach, like real estate brokers do, where you get a card, you go home and you go, who was this person? Well, this way, you'll remember. And I love this picture of Angela. It's got nature in the background, and it's so real. I really adore the fact that we are not filtering everybody and making them look like supermodels. Character counts, and her kindness and energy is just present. It's just very real. I love this shot. And I added the first name, and this puts in all kinds of interesting resonances. We're all these little pieces are leading to something that's coming next. We're simplifying the messaging and also going to be making more of it. So I don't want to give it away just yet, but y'all are going to be asked to record video, and as you speak your name, that's going to get edited into something that will be a sizzle reel. And the sizzle reel will generate lots more edits. So there will be the super, super short one where you only hear the first name. Then there will be the longer one where you hear the full name and what you do. Then there will be the short version of what you do, and then there will be the full name and the longer version of what you do, right? So I got all kinds of wacky ideas in my head. And some of it with the first name, because we each have a unique first name so far, is going to be a little bit Mickey Mouse Club. You know what I mean? It's kind of being a little bit playful with the, I'm Angela. I'm Marit. I'm Michael. I think we could really have some fun with it. What do you think? Any reactions?
I think it sounds like fun.
Cool.
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
Marit, what do you say?
I'm open to fun always.
Cool. So we're going to have some fun with these headshots. They're going to get animated and edited so that just putting the first name on it is that's going to be it's not only going to be on the business card, it's going to be on the video, it's going to be on the website. So that's why I take so long at stuff, because I'm perfecting it so that I only have to do it once, and it's going to have multiple uses down the line.
I like fun.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for chiming in. So that's a whole new redesign of the business card. Previously, the hands and the slogan were on the left side, and we had a lot of space on the right-hand side. And we had beautiful, beautiful clouds with the light breaking through the clouds over the tree. But I was like, what are we going to do with that extra negative space? Well, now I know. I like this design. You guys approve? Including the gold ring.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I like it.
I like it.
Now the gold ring is another motif. It implies circle. It implies inner circle. I've got designs where there's 3 circles, 3 nested circles, which is a whole nother symbology thing of what level of the Mankinder structure are you part of, blah, 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 blah. So then we went through a few different versions, and this one was the previous layout that said Mankinder at the top And when Orit raised a concern that the text at the bottom, the 2 lines that are in italics, might appear to apply to Angela more than to Mankinder, I thought about it and I decided to try this instead. How do you like that shift, everybody? From Mankinder at top to Mankinder at bottom?
Yep, I like it. It's Angela's card, and
That's right.
it's still within the network, so the network needs to be mentioned. But yeah, this is perfect.
Yep. Yeah. Again, we.
Thank you for joining us,
Yeah,
Joanna.
Are you checking out? Bye.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm going. Bye. Good to see
Thank
you
you
guys.
for contributing, dear heart. Thank you.
Hey,
great.
thank you, Joanna. It's nice to see you.
Good to
And
see
it's
you.
nice to see you, Joanna. I'm glad you joined us.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing
Bye.
your wisdom.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
So yeah, we want to put the collaborator up front, and we're secondary. So I had made a mistake. I put Mankinder at top. So I love that we are still correcting my mistakes. And we started with, let's see, what was the sequence? We started with networking strategist, and then went to networking consultant. So we are now we're at from strategist to consultant, networking consultant. That is the final card. Yay! And here's
Like it.
our Save Our Skies. So this is got a lot of text on there. I hope I designed it well. I think it's pretty legible because of the ways that I did the drop shadow and everything. I'm trying to zoom in on it, but it doesn't want to. Hey, Christopher's coming aboard.
Some of the words are a little more difficult to read with my old eyes, but if I put my reading glasses on.
Sure. Or zoom in or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Hi,
take a moment with Christopher Toussaint at his new location, not too terribly far from here in sunny San Diego, where it has been cool compared to Orit's temperature, Northwest Los Angeles, and Angela's temperature in Tonopah, Arizona. Matching temperatures. How hot did you guys say? 100 and what?
111.
Yeah, 111. Crazy.
And a Facebook friend of mine from the valley, from not West Hills, but Woodland Hills, which is known to be a hot spot, 121 degrees today.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It was her car, so the car it usually measures under the hood, which is obviously hotter than out in the air, but still, I've never seen these numbers ever.
Yeah, I don't know how my SUV measures the temperature, but it always seems very reasonable, as though it's not getting baked under the hood. I don't know how that works. But
yeah. I know I had to get into my car today, which was parked in the sun, and it was tough to get in the car.
Yeah, I believe it. Today, closer to the ocean than Chris is.
Yeah.
The range was 69 to 84. Right now it's 73. Couldn't be nicer. And again, shout out to a quick shout out to Christopher Witecki's astrology, saying it's going to be a very pleasant weekend. So how's the weather by you, Mr. Toussaint? What's been going on over there?
Well, I've been in unpacking mode for 5 days, right? And I still have a long way to go. I'm coming to you from the sunroom of Wild Seeds Ranch. And this is my apartment. It's basically twice the size of my old place. I'm paying a little bit more in rent, but it's about the same because they throw in internet access and electricity, and I don't need anything else really. I pretty much have it made. So and the vibes here are really nice. I don't know whose open mic we have going, but somebody is moving some metal pieces around in the background. Anyway, yeah, it's been very hot here. Yesterday, I think it got up to 106. But I've had people, and I just talked to a guy today in Palma Valley, which is near Valley Center, and he was saying they got up to 119 there. Yeah. So I feel lucky. We had quite a bit of cloud cover in the morning and early afternoon, so I think that lessened our heat here locally. Yesterday was really rough. Now there's a creek that you can jump into with very cold water, but in the last 2 days they shut it off upstream. There's a large lake called Lake Otay, and that feeds the stream. And I guess for whatever reason they shut it down, and it's only a trickle right now. But they'll turn it back on once they get whatever problem is causing it to have to be shut down. They'll get that fixed. And I've just been kind of pacing myself in the heat, not trying to get everything unboxed and put away. But magical things have been happening to me. First, one of the guys who's moving out gave me his bookcase. He no longer wanted, and I wanted a bookcase, so I got a bookcase free. Then somebody threw a hat, a perfectly good wide brim hat, into the recycle bin, and I took it out and I said, hey, this is great. And I found out he got rid of it because his head was bigger than mine, so it fits me perfectly. And so that's another thing. And then just now, a few hours ago, I went on Freebies where this guy was getting rid of a TV stand, and I typed in that I wanted a TV stand, and I asked him first of all if I could come tomorrow morning, and he said, well, I've been getting calls, and people might come around. If they don't come around, I'll call you up. And I just said, no, I got to act on it, because it turns out it was the perfect size that I needed to both fit into my car and to fit into my room where I have my TV. So, and it's in good shape. It was an IKEA thing, free. So, yay. I mean, after the move and the rent and everything, for September 1st cost me about $3,000. So I had to get some payback from the universe there, I think. But it's been a really fabulous move for me. I really feel good here. It's an artistic community. A lot of the people do art, play music. There's a spiritual quality about all the people as well, although they don't make it into a cult or anything. And it's very easygoing, and it has a good structure. And they're going to put on more events, so I'll be able to help with those things, given my video production skills and audio skills now too. I brought out my Pinnacle speakers, which I had years ago, and it pained me have to put those into storage They've been in storage for like 12 years now. And I put on my first CD that came to me, which was Philip Chapman's Return of the Angels. And I played that, and oh my God, did I sound so exquisite, you know? It was just like, oh yeah, I remember that frequency range there, from all the way from the deep bass to the highest treble that the human ear can hear. And those were Pinnacle speakers were actually used by Lucasfilm in the early days. I don't know what they're using now, but back in the day, Lucasfilm was using them for doing their sound work. So I just feel like, you know, again, that I was guided here, that I'll be here for quite a while. They'll need some help with the gardens because the gophers and the deer have been getting at their, and rabbits have been getting at their produce. There's a lot of cat energy here. There's a lot of dragon energy here, and a lot of water energy here. And I do well with all three of those. There's not as much fire energy as I would like. They can't have open pit fires here because of their insurance policy. And my fireplace did not work. So, not that I need it now, but they are going to work on that, and we're going to try and see if that's financially in the cards to do before end of November. So yeah, this has been the biggest move in my life, and the biggest move since I arrived in LA back in 1976. So I'm feeling good. Like, you know, it's so quiet at night. It really is quiet at night, you know. And
do you have crickets, frogs nearby, or anything like the night orchestra?
Yeah, a lot of crickets, but not too many frogs unless they're chirping along at the same decibel rate as the cricket.
Maybe, yeah, maybe it's not humid enough for them. Maybe they'll return later in the season.
Yeah, I don't know the situation. I'll find out over time. They have a koi pond here, a lot of little nooks and crannies, places that you can go off and, you know, just be your own. So it doesn't have it's not like a crowded place at all. Even though there's 10 now, including me, 10 full-time residents here on 4 acres.
That's so nice. Sounds amazing, Chris.
Yeah, they're going to have events, and they're even going to have a wedding here at some point. I don't know the date, but they're going to do that. And, you know, we're having a meeting on Monday, so I'll figure out where I fit in, and, you know, in a number of different areas. According to my agreement, I have 12 hours to give to a community service and chores per month.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's not backwards, you know, the toilet's flush. It's you know, they don't use human manure. It's you know, it's got the amenities, even though it's pretty much out in the middle of nowhere. They do have neighbors, of course, on the other side of the creek, and but they're nice people. I've met them already, and I'm sure I'll meet more neighbors as time goes by. They get free eggs. I think they do some kind of an exchange with one of the neighbors that has chickens, so they get free eggs. And they're the kind that you break open and the yolks are really orange. They're not this, like, you know, mealy yellow types that you get from the stores most of the time. So I expect that my health is going to improve. I had a leg injury that was basically a case of runaway eczema or psoriasis. They're not sure which. But I've got that under control now, so it's not itching like crazy and bothering me. And hopefully, the leg will keep on healing and bringing, nutrients to that part of my body that will help in the healing process. So, any questions, or what have you guys been up to? I've been, watching the chats about the banner that you're getting ready for SOS.
Yeah, sorry, my mic was open earlier. I thought it was off. So yeah, we had a great call with Renette last Friday. She had an interview with Carrie Madej yesterday. She's also had interviews with Dr. Christiane Northrup, who was the first one. She almost emailed back immediately after I sent out, and a couple other folks. So that means there's a lot of material for me to pull up, because I have the Streamyard account, and so I can take those files and edit them. I haven't watched them yet. So now that we have more banners, and I'm not done with that yet, because Angela didn't actually make it over to First Fridays tonight. She had car problems, so she didn't even get halfway to Phoenix and pick up her business cards. So that means we're supposed to print more things and do it better. So within the next month, we will have her set up for a phenomenal trade show presentation, and maybe I'll be able to do one in San Diego by then. Boy, the stuff, talk about Christopher's, the stuff I'm hearing from Christopher Witecki about the energy that's happening right now, it's like, just do it, just dream it, believe it. And it's Tuesday. He's tonight too, because wow, off the charts, fantastic. Energy transformations, really sustaining land, wonderful.
Michael,
So,
yep.
Yes, I noticed that it broke up for a moment. So yeah, if you can watch Chris Witecki, great energies happening right now.
I feel
so I got, it's really been happening for you. Holy cow. Beautiful synergies.
Yeah.
So delightful to hear. How did you discover that place again? I don't remember how you found it.
There's a networking group for intentional communities and eco-villages called Gathering of the Tribes. It was started by a man named Josh Alford, and he has moved out to Colorado, I think. And but he also set up, and other people have set up, like hubs in other cities, including outside of the United States. So there's some in Costa Rica, there's some in Africa, there's some in Europe and everywhere else. So they have an active Telegram channel, and they have a very active group. At least they did. I don't know how active it is right now, but they do have somewhat of an active San Diego group. I missed their last two gatherings, but I'm going to definitely go to the one. It's third Saturdays of the month, so I'm going to go to the one in September. And they had a Telegram channel, and Julia, who is one of the people here that runs a lot of the day-to-day business and the outreach, she put a posting up on the Telegram channel. And I had previously looked at their website before, but I wasn't impressed all that much. But then they started reworking their website, and they still have some things to do there. But I really, felt that I should take a look. So in early August, I went down. Was it early August? Late July, actually, I went down. And I looked at their property, and I immediately fell in love with it. It has really tall pine trees and some very, very ancient oak trees. And as Arit and Angela know, and Steve probably know as well, those are powerful trees. Those are very magical and spiritually alive trees. And creek running through it, that was a real nice factor. The fact that there's a fireplace you could probably see in the background there, that's the one that's going to get fixed. That attracted me too, because if they can't have a fire out in the open in an open pit outside because of their insurance policy, at least I'll have something here on the inside, especially on those cold nights in the approaching winter or late fall winter. And right now, though, that's the furthest thing I could think of because it's still so very hot in here. There are minor drawbacks, little things here and there, but they'll there's an accommodation of the owners to really invite me and bring me in. They looked at my website. We had a Zoom call, and I filled out a questionnaire ahead of time and told them what I was doing, gave them my website to look at. And I think a number of the members were pretty impressed and pretty comfortable with me being a part of this community. So it's just like, after looking at all those, 9 or 10 other communities that had a lot of work still, for them to do, work that I didn't feel I was comfortable in being able to do along with them. I decided that this was the closest thing that, it really ticked off a lot of the things that I wanted in an intentional community. And a lot of it, there's still this opportunity for me to have my business, to work on my videos, and also be part of the organic garden, make that happen. The garden is about 6 times bigger than mine at home, maybe 7 or 8 times bigger. Now that I see that they've got trees planted all over the place. And so my permaculture skills, my regenerative agriculture knowledge can really come into fruition. I really have a bigger canvas to work with now. And so all those things. And most of the people here are younger than me, So, even the day of the move, one of the movers that I had hired, he just didn't show up. His cell phone was off. And so what I was hoping would be 4 guys to help move was 3. So when on the way over, I immediately called Julia and I said, look, one of our guys bailed. Do you think there's anybody here at the ranch that strong enough that could lift, some of these pieces of furniture I was bringing? And she immediately put me in touch with a guy named Devin, who's really strong. And he was going to be available during that time. You're talking about the Labor Day weekend, right? So he was here. So that worked out. I paid him what I would have paid the other guy. And then there's another fellow named Brendan who came in, and he helped. And between the 5 of us, we got it all done. And then I treated my LA crew, because they had to take the U-Haul truck back to LA. I treated them to a barbecue dinner. Not a barbecue that I made, but a barbecue restaurant that they were jonesing for. So we got in under the wire before they closed the restaurant. Everything just it was amazing how it just kind of totally came together and gelled.
That is fantastic. Beautiful to hear. Yeah, of course. I've seen you at Gathering of the Tribes events. When
Yeah.
do you remember when you first heard about it, or from whom?
Hold on. I learned about them in October or September, October of 2023. And they had only been doing things for about 6 months before that. So they originally started out having Zoom calls, right?
Right.
Me being in LA, I could attend and meet some of the people there. And then when Joshua left, he put on hold the Zoom calls, but it hasn't resumed. And we've been doing in-person gatherings ever since. And to me, the in-person gatherings are way more valuable to really make connections with people who either are already in a community, and there's a number of them here in this whole San Diego area, or to find your community like I was seeking. And I put it out there.
Right. Well, just FYI, we're going to wrap this up in 15 minutes or less. But, interestingly enough, there's been some overlap between Gathering of the Tribes, or at least Joshua and Earthstock, including Crustone. But Joshua wasn't involved in Earthstock, which I'm not surprised given how it's gone. And they also, at least the audience, and I don't know where Joshua's at with this, but their audience seems to be the average, at least a lot of their audience of both Earthstock and Gathering of the Tribes seems to be folks that are supporting the official story in terms of global warming, climate change,
right?
Lack of understanding of the nefarious sources of geoengineering, etc. And so we're just beginning to unravel that. There's a lot of stuff that I think we're going to be very actively helping unravel. All these issues with financing and status correction and this, that, and other thing. There's a lot of truth coming out, and my digging has been getting me to closer and closer to better and better people.
Right.
It's interesting.
There seems to be a lot of focus by a lot of people on the upcoming election, which is probably going to be so very divisive. And that's not what Mankinder is about. That's not what we're about. Thank God for RFK Jr. just, to some extent, really focusing on issues that matter to both left and the right.
Absolutely. And even that, Derek, I'm starting to see Derek Rose as the angry guy persona. It hadn't occurred to me, but he's really getting ticked off. And Renette Senum and RFK Jr. are not your enemy, Derek. They're actually your friends, if you look at it in an optimal way.
Right.
Because of exactly what you said. Focus on the issues and then hold those guys accountable. Are there dodgy things with RFK? Absolutely. There's a litany. But they are saying, thank you, sorry about that. They are, we're saying the right things finally. And it's getting, unavoidable. So
Yeah.
We got to find the middle ground, guys, and let people be where they're at, as long as they're not supporting an obviously nefarious agenda and peddling that. Now, granted, a lot of people are supporting a particular country in this world that's doing a lot of nefarious things.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah.
And ironically, and I might not be talking about one in the Middle East, or I might be.
Yeah. But
you know
what?
those fingers, three pointing back at me here in the U.S.
Well, U.S. Typically casts a huge shadow on the world, but I think now we're on a path for correcting all of that. But the thing is that whether you believe in the plan that will save humanity or not, or anything like that, it's pretty obvious that there are some strings pulling on many people and many events that are happening now. And I still believe that we are watching a show, and maybe 10 people in the world are producing this show, and they know where we're going and what's going to happen and all that. We're not in that group of 10 people. So I stay open-minded. I know what I believe. I know what I see. I know who I follow, to try to glean as much truth as possible. But we don't know. We don't know, and we may not know until all of it comes out, and maybe not all of it comes out ever, because it's going to be too disturbing for many, many people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you raised a really interesting one that I'm sure is going around, which is why is this case against Trump put off until after the election? Yeah, so that is really interesting, because if it had teeth, if they thought they had any possibility of actually getting him, then they'd move fast, right?
Long ago.
Right. So it's toothless.
Wait a minute.
Totally toothless.
At the very least.
And if you're interested, and the people that I know, there are actually two opinions. There's some people that thought that he will be put in jail on the 18th. And that is to basically take him out of the picture, so when the truth comes out, it is not associated with him, because there's still enough people who hate his guts. So they don't want him to be the face of the truth. So if he's in prison and then the truth comes out, he's not associated with it. So that's one group. And then the other group says, no, this is not the real Trump. Anyway, the real Trump is completely protected, away from everyone, away from everything. He's not in danger, and he's not out in public. So we don't know. Again, we go back to that. There may be 10 people in the world who know exactly what's happening, and it's not us.
Yeah, we're still examining the elephant with blindfolds on.
Examining the, yeah. Is this a trunk or, yeah. I know where I'm standing. I know what I believe, and I'm in peace with that. And every time I try to question it, I get smacked. So I know that I should stay on the track of what I believe and what I see. That's it.
That is a good metaphor, Chris. Very apropos.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm glad I realized that I shouldn't be chasing a property to get into at this point. I know I talked with you about that some time ago, and absolutely apropos that I keep doing things the way I'm doing them for now. Who is taking over your video production in LA? Is Gene handling stuff that you were?
Maybe. I don't know. I have another friend named Matt that already has a camera that's high quality. So I may get him to do it, but or if they pay me enough, I'll drive back up.
Right.
You know, I've got to add on $50 in gas money just to drive back up there. Anyway, but I find myself in a situation where I have a lot of confidence that the right projects will come about and find me. One of the young ladies here who performs music and has written her own songs wants to do a music video. So I'll help her out. I told her I can't do it for totally free, but I certainly could do, a good job for very little money. I do have all of the professional gear you need, plus people have been giving me stuff. So I've got 3 brand new, they're called Neewer, Neewer lamps. And you know about them, Michael, then. And somebody just gave them to me. So I can use those. They light up a huge venue if I need to. And then the Airy kit. But it's so remarkable about that Airy light kit. I haven't needed to change a bulb in about 5 years on that thing. It just keeps on putting out without breaking. So, anyway.
Good to know. Well, Aeroflex charges a premium, so glad to hear it's worth it.
Yeah.
Briefly, I'll go back to this that I was sharing before you came on, and I'm so glad you did.
Oh yeah.
So this is the Save Our Skies 8.5 by 11 flyer that I designed.
Boy, that type is really small.
It is, well, especially when you're looking at it this way. I think it looks okay at 8.5 by 11, but
yeah.
I will keep playing with it and work on ever more revisions. We were looking at some of the stuff that I was making this week earlier, and
I wonder, Michael, if black fonts will not work better, or dark red, or something like that.
No. Black would be a disaster. Red would be a disaster.
Okay.
I'm using a drop shadow on white to separate it, as you can tell. But,
yes.
and white is usually best because that gets right down to the paper.
Okay.
I'm using some.
Is this gonna
Can I make a little feedback on the color of the print?
Yeah, please.
Hi, everybody. I kept losing Wi-Fi. It just was driving me
Welcome
batty.
back.
Okay, so I have a real beef about using pink on white or pink print, period, because it's really hard to read. Now there's a little dark contrast, but I just don't think it's a great color. And and it's really irking me because it is the new style, and for the most part, it might as well be invisible ink.
And where are you seeing those pinks?
Now print or dark or black print. Black print on a light color is really the best, and but that's too small. You must have already covered that one.
Yeah, I'm still working on it.
Yeah, I mean, and I can read it because I can read small print, but that's like kind of silly but small. But anyway, it's probably the best visible is because with the white going over white, kind of whites it out. But black on black print would be good because then you would see the contrast.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Taking
really big
that
on
into
color.
consideration.
Yeah.
And this is the last one, and I just grabbed it off of their website. I'm gonna make another version of it because, for one thing, this is legal size, and I want it 8.5 by 11. So I'm gonna redesign this to be an 8.5 by 11. So there you go. That's our graphics from this week.
Awesome.
And of course, the big one is this. That's the 6-foot banner that hasn't been printed yet. So that's a table skirt. That's designed as a table skirt. And there could be a different version that would be vertical, as one of those roll-up signs.
Yeah.
But I will shortly have a solution to share with you guys. The one that I started trying was not. I could not get it to work. It's a Google uploader. It is supposed to be super simple, but it was not working for me. So I need a super simple way of saying, here's the link. Drop your files on this to submit them, and then we'll compare them and decide which ones we're going to use. Because I need to start receiving dozens or hundreds of submissions and start really creating a lot of content. So,
Michael, what
yes.
is in the lower left-hand corner, all the way down the bottom? What is that?
You mean very small type at the bottom left?
EBGTNID.
That is the photo credit from the photographer, and I would not want to take that off. And in fact, he hasn't found me yet, so I'm certainly not going to remove his watermark. But at some point, I hope to be able to pay him. But I'm not going to blunk it out. I'm going to make sure it's included, because that would be unethical.
Okay.
Right? But I didn't create that watermark.
And
right, I gotta go.
What about?
We are wrapping it up.
I have one question.
And we will,
what about 5G?
What about what?
Tab free, max free, tax free, 5G free.
Yes, we will continue that conversation. All right, you can hang on here, but I'm gonna shut this stream down. Love and blessings.
Okay.
Love and what's our phrase now?
Love and gratitude.
Love and gratitude. Love and gratitude.
Love
Dear
and
hearts.
gratitude. Yeah.
Thank you all.
See you soon.